Today I'm going to be installing this quick hitch Ag Smart. This is from Kubota. It's not their Land Pride one, but this is what they're selling. They call it an aftermarket one. I'm going to be installing that to this tractor. This is the MX4700. Right there you can see. Okay, so this had, I'm going to call it a sort of a quick attachment to it. Matter of fact, let me just show it to you real quick. It's over here. Walk over here by my machine. Okay, so I'm over here by the where I put the attachments. This is what was on there, and I didn't really like it. This part here goes to the attachment, and this part hooks to the tractor. But this triangle shape, this here would go up into this part here, but it's such a long distance to travel, I really didn't like it. So like if I was to set my attachment on the ground like it is now, I couldn't even get that. I wouldn't be able to get the quick hitch out of the other part because it's like down all the way. So I was like, what the heck? And so I'm not sure if it was just hooked up wrong or what, but this was in here and in here, so it was all hooked up. And I'll show you more when I'm talking about once I get mine on there. But anyway, so you basically had to get off the tractor and disconnect everything like you would if it was just using the regular 3-point hookup. So I was like, well, what's the point of having that on there? So anyway, I wanted to get the attachment that I have. So anyway, I was saying that I wanted to get the Land Pride one, but they didn't have it. But they did have this, so I thought, well, this will work. I mean, it's basically the same design. But I mean, this one, I like it, and I'll show you once I get it all hooked up, the reasons behind it. But anyway, let's get it hooked up and see how it works. Let's get started. Okay, so I got this flipped over. All right, so this is how it looks. You have these little pins, and I ended up having to, I was gonna buy them, but the guy just gave them to me, so I thought, well, that's cool. But these little sleeve bushings that go in here to make, you know, that pin right there makes it a little bit bigger, because that's what I need on this side. Let's take this pin out. I don't really need that at the moment. Anyway, it'll slide in there like that, and that makes it all tight. So what I'm going to do basically is get it in here. Sorry, I keep putting you where you can't see. Put it in there inside of here where it'll fit. Actually, what I'm going to do is put it on the arm there, inside of there, and slide it into this. And then when I get all ready to install, just all I have to do is slide that pin in. But I'll show you. Okay, but I just want to show you that I got these bushings. And these are category 1. I actually bought, or actually grabbed, well, actually it says category 1, 2. But I actually got what it said 2, 3. I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, 1, 2 right there. Anyway, mine said 2, 3, so I thought that was it. But it wasn't. 1, 2. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do this, actually. I mean, this is so tight, it doesn't want to fit in there. I wonder if I have to cut this down. I thought I could just kind of wedge it open, but that's really tight right there. I might have to cut this down. What a pain that's going to be. Okay, let me think. So I got my chop saw out here. I bought a metal blade, and now I'm going to just cut it down. So let's do that. All right, got those on there. Not perfectly cut straight, but that's some hard metal right there. But the main thing is not sharp edges. And my bolt goes through there. Okay, good deal. Yikes. Are you kidding me? Bushings in there. Forgot about that. Okay. Now I can put it on. Third time's a charm, I guess, huh? Hold on, what you got? We'll do this side. Geez. Well, that was fun. Okay, whoa, it's not gonna rest for me. There. That's a sigh of relief. Ah, gee. That was way harder than it needed to be. God. Okay, so I had to take off the sway bars on the side because I couldn't get them to adjust out far enough to where I could close these two lower points in far enough to get hooked onto the quick hitch. So anyway, now I gotta fight with those things. But anyway, I got that on there. Jeez, that was a pain in the butt. Okay, let me catch my breath and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I got these sway bars back on. It actually wasn't that bad once I had it disconnected from the left and right side of the 3 points. So once I had that off, I could actually figure out which way this needed to turn, because it was, you can see the dry spot right there on those threads. So it was up there quite a bit. But once I figured out which way it needed to turn, I could turn it and get the to extend out. So I got it pretty much all the way. I don't know if you can see that, to the end of the boat right there. And then I did the same thing on this side. You can see this one was way up in there. You can see how dry the threads are after I put some oil on them. But anyway, I got that one all the way out, and then they went right on. Tighten them down, and so now that's ready to be adjusted once I feel like it needs to be adjusted. But anyway, got it all on there. So now let's go see if we can hook up to an attachment and see how this thing works. Okay, over here at the brush cutter attachment. All right, so this is not going to work like I thought it was. I mean, it's still going to work, but just not the way it's not going to hook up like I thought it was going to hook up. I thought that this piece here would sit down between these ears on both sides, but this quick hitch is a little bit bigger, so, which is fine. It makes sense because it comes with these pins, and these pins will stick out like this on either side, one on this side and then one on that side, and then this will just hook on there. But anyway, I don't have any of those pins. I have the pins that came with this one set that goes on. They slide over a pin that looks like this. It has a hole in it or two maybe. Anyway, you stick it in there, and then you can slide that pin that came with this brush, not brush cutter, quick hitch, and it slides on there, and you can line it up and then put the pin in like a wedge. I'll show you that when I get to it. But then we'll get those, and I'll be back. Move nothing. Patrick, what are you holding on to? Barely nothing. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I got this hooked up to the tractor. I lifted it up a little bit more and made sure those were in. And then I put the shaft on there. I want to make sure that worked. It's good. Only thing that I'm going to fix is, you know, this I think this bar, or whatever you want to call it, is upside down. Because this piece right here won't allow it to go down. So I'm going to actually take this bolt loose right here and flip this whole thing around and use this bolt at the top. I think it'll work a lot better. I think. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I got this flipped over. I had these like bushings, basically pipe they cut down. I'm not going to use that because it had to fit in here, and this side is smaller than this side, so it's not going to fit in there. So I decided to use this big old, I think it's category 2 pin. So we'll just stick it in there. The hook's a little low, it looks like. Okay, let me mess around with it for a second. Okay, I'm back now, about a week later. Okay, I went ahead and ordered this triangle brace thing here. I got this off of Amazon, and it was like 44 bucks. So I figured that was worth it. But I wasn't sure about the measurements, so I kind of took a risk. What I'm saying, I didn't know the measurements of it, so I didn't know if it was going to work or not. But it does. Going to work. So it's going to fit. Let me just set it on here and I'll show you. Let it lean back like that. Okay, so it's going to sit in there like this, but I'm going to put, I got a bolt and washer that went in there and got all that stuff to from Ace. But anyway, let me go ahead and get it installed like I want it, and I can show you. But anyway, I just want to have that brace there so that this can be tight and stay up in this upright position. And well, I'll show you once it's all hooked up. But anyway, that's what I can hook up. I can just back up to the attachment and not have to get off the machine. Anyway, let me hook it up and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got it all together. And now you can kind of see why I bought this. And once I got this all together, see, now it can just stand upright. And with it in this position, now I can just back the tractor up and hook the quick hitch right into it. Matter of fact, let's try that. Okay, before I hook up the brush cutter, I want to get this box blade, almost couldn't think of the name of it, down there on my property. So I gotta take this quick hitch off of it and put the pins on. I got all those in that bucket right there. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and that way I can carry this box blade down there, and then we'll hook up to the brush cutter, because I want to leave the brush cutter on the tractor. So in case I got a mow, I can just do that. Okay, let's get this off of there. Okay, so I backed up over here. I was thinking that this attachment would be kind of like the other one, but this one's wider, so I can take the quick hitch and back it right into the 3 points that's built into this box blade already. So I don't have to use this little thing that sticks out. Where did it go? There you go. I don't have to use these. Those slide over these pins right here, like you saw on the other one. They slide over it, and then you put a wedge that's built into that thing. You can knock it out and then slide it on there, and then line the hole up, and then hammer the wedge back in. Okay, so let's put these on there. Do this one-handed. Okay, so I got a washer under the head. Go through here. You know, let me set you down right here, because I'm not gonna be able to do that one-handed. Okay. You'll see why here in a second. Okay. So washer, bushing, all the way through the hole. Where'd my pin go? Here it is. Okay. Like that. And now that's ready. Okay, on the other side, I did the same thing. Except for, I guess, the spacing was wider, so I actually ended up calling for a washer on each side, because I like it to be snug. I don't want things bouncing around in there. And now I moved this from where it was at to the top one. That's where it needs to be at. Let me just put a washer under the head of that bolt, and I can tighten that down. Okay, got that all on there. It took me a minute to get that thing on there. Whew. Maybe about 15 or 20. Oh gosh. Okay, well, I got it off. I had to put it back on the ground to get it off. That's weird. I think I'm gonna have to adjust this travel. I think it can go down one more, just looking at it right here. I can take this bolt off and go down to that next hole right there. Over there too. And make it drop down just a little bit more. I think that'll help. Okay, let's hook the bush hog up to it, and then we'll be good. Okay, I've been fighting with this thing, but I got it on there, but it wouldn't go all the way down. And here's the reason why. Is that this little extra metal sticking out. I'm gonna make it the same shape as the green metal on both sides. So I got my grinder here. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I can get you set up. All right, now that we got it all looking the same as the metal, it won't get hung up, because it was getting hung up right there, that little lip right there. So, but that won't be a problem no more. Okay, now it's trying to hook it up. All right, let's see if it works real quick. Okay, well, obviously I need to lower that somehow so that it'll cut. And I'm not sure if I can go any lower, to tell you the truth. I mean, I had it all the way down, the 3-point hitch that is. I don't see any more adjustment for it to go down any lower. But it needs to go down some. Oh, maybe this middle point right here will help it go down some. I'm not sure. But anyway, I got it all together. I'll figure that out later. Okay, so here it is. Probably a little over a week later. I actually figured out what this was. It's actually this wheel back here was down too far, I should say, because I moved it up. This is where it was. Let me get around there and show you without a weird angle. Okay, so you can see this is where it was, like when we bought the thing, and someone moved it down here, and I moved it all the way to the top, so it's on the very top one. But I like it that way because, see, now I can get the thing all the way down level. I mean, I won't mow with it like that, but at least I know I can get it all the way down there. So, but I started thinking about this thing, like, why wouldn't that go down? And when I was up here on the tractor, this thing still, the handle was still on 3, so I'm like, man, there's still room. Of course, I could push it all the way down, but the thing wouldn't go down anymore because it was, you know, being held up by a block or whatever, or in this case, it was being held up by that wheel. So I was like, huh. But anyway, I knew it could go down further, but I just didn't know what was holding it up. I kind of thought it might be, you know, this adjustment here. And the worst case scenario, I thought, man, I got to adjust these things. But that one's the only one that's adjustable, so I would have had to buy another one of those to get it to go lower. But then I kept thinking, I was like, you know what? It goes lower. It's just something's holding it up. So I thought, the only thing holding it up is that wheel. So I thought, well, I'll raise that up. And then I was able to go all the way down with it. And then I did adjust this thing a little bit to level it, which, you know, we normally do. So I had to get the front to go down a little bit lower. It was about 1 inch off the ground. So I adjusted that to where it touches. And then I put the nut up there so it won't move. But anyway, so I got it. Thank goodness. The only thing I don't know about, and I mean, I know I got to do something. You're supposed to have a, boy, I can't think of the nomenclature, the name. Anyway, it's supposed to have a little bit of, you know, movement there. I can't think of the word. I don't know why I can't think of it. God, brain fart there. But anyway, it's supposed to be a bracket that connects to this or here and here, and it shifts back and forth. So it can give this thing some movement, so when it goes up, you know, it doesn't try to bend these brackets right there. It just gives it that play it needs when you hit some uneven terrain. But anyway, I can't think of the name of it, so I still got to do that. But I mean, I could try it like this and see how it works. But anyway, I'm just glad I got it down all the way. So okay, thanks for watching. Till the next one, have a good one.